Well, it was Christmas decoration takedown day. I got up with a bit of a cold, so I couldn't go into work, and I put on my coziest, most comfortable clothes and went down into the kitchen, and for whatever reason decided I needed to clean it. I feel like I just couldn't think unless it was clean. Even though you know you're going to do something that's going to make a big mess, like cooking or baking, you just have to start out with it being clean first. Well, that's what happened to me that day.
Come alive in the nighttime. Something about how we dance in the moonlight. That look in your eyes, it tells me that you want me and all my loving. We come alive in the nighttime. You and I, we come alive. We come alive. We come alive. What's your weakness?
A little bit about me. I have 4 children. They're all adult. 2 are adopted, 2 are biological. I have 4 grandchildren. 2 boys that are all grown up, and then the 2 little girls that live with us. They're here every other week when they're not with their dad, and we sure enjoy having them around. If they're not in my videos, then you'll know that they're not here, because when they're here, they like to follow me around, especially the 4-year-old. She really likes to help Grandma.
We come alive in the nighttime. Something about how we dance in the moonlight. That look in your eyes, it tells me that you want me and all my loving. We come alive in the nighttime. You and I, we come alive. Oh, we come alive. We come alive. Oh, we come alive. Tell me that you want me. I can see you want me by the look in your eyes. Tell me that you want me. I can see you want me by the look in your eyes. We come alive. We come alive. We come alive in the nighttime. Something about how we dance in the moonlight. That look in your eyes, it tells me that you want me and all my loving. We come alive in the nighttime. You and I, we come alive. Oh, we come alive. We come alive. We come alive.
And then the moment arrives, I finally start taking down the Christmas decorations. You know, I had someone comment that my ornaments look old, my decorations look old. And I said, yeah, you know, you're right. They do. That's because I've had so many years of collecting things, and there's memories associated with them. For instance, that funny little wreath that's on the counter, that was given to me by a music student that I had that I just loved. And every time I look at that wreath, I think of her. We have this little Christmas village that was just like a set that my mother had when I was growing up. When I was very first married, I was given a set like it, and every time I look at it, I think about when I was a child, and my children love those little plastic things too. And all of the Santa Clauses in the house, well, we're really child-oriented in this house. Christmas, we want to make it special for the children. But that's the way it goes. I get to walk you around our house and tell you stories about every single thing. Every single thing. So, you know, I have to ask myself, and I do ask myself, what would I prefer? To have all these decorations, some of them looking old and kind of ratty at this point, each with the memories, or would I rather go out and spend a lot of money and have just a beautifully decorated home? Well, sometimes I'd love to have the beautifully decorated home. I sure admire them, and I admire people who are able to do that. They have such talent. Meanwhile, it's just me and my 45 years of stuff I've been collecting. And yeah, that's what you're going to see when you're here. How about you? What do you prefer? Do you like your decorations with memories? Or do you love to go out and decorate your home with all kinds of new fancy stuff? I'd really like to hear your thoughts on this. Okay, check this out. I literally am wrapping up these Santas with some garbage. I got curious and I looked at some of the newspaper, which we haven't taken forever, and saw 2015. So what? 6 years? I've been using this shredded up paper for 6 years? There's got to be something wrong with me. So I organized my Christmas bulbs a little differently than I think a lot of people. I don't know, maybe other people came up with the idea and I just was really slow to the party. But I put them in Ziploc bags and organized them by color. And I also organized all the decorations that are the same in Ziploc bags. I don't know why this took me so long to come up with, but it's made it so nice for me because I've saved my ornaments for 45 years of marriage, and that means that I've had such a variety of trees, and saving them like this, according to colors and the types, then every year when I put up my decorations, I'm able to be creative. Because I can just go through and say, hey, I think I'm going to have a green and blue tree this year, or let me be wild and I'll use all these purple and greens and blues and pinks. I had a Dr. Seuss period, and some of my ornaments show that I have a Dr. Seuss period. So when I got to this part of the day, and I had been working all day long, and the house looked like this, oh my gosh, I just wanted to give up. But then I realized I haven't had anything to eat or drink for hours, no wonder. So I went in and I gave myself a treat. I bought these really neat Italian blood orange sodas for Christmas. They're fancy. They have this lid, this spring lock lid that keeps the carbonation inside. And then at Harmon's, they had this fresh pineapple salsa, and it is so delicious with some lime chips. Do you have anything like that? Something that's just your favorite, and if you can just have it, it gives you some get up and go? This clip is a clear demonstration that I am not great with puzzles. I have to keep that key of how I put those things in that box, or they would still not be in that box. I'll tell you what I see when I look at this clip. I see the little faces that my daughter gave me on a year that she was so broke that I was surprised she gave me a present at all. I see the nativity set that, yeah, it looks kind of old, but it was the very last present that my brother gave me, because that was the year we decided that it was getting too hard to buy presents for the siblings when we had our children to take care of. I'm remembering the little beat up nativity set that my maiden aunt had, and she had no children, and if I didn't have those things, and I look at them and I remember her at Christmas, she's worth remembering. My Aunt Kathleen is worth remembering. Somebody needs to remember her, and having those little things around remind me. That's good, right? Oregano. Gary's such a nice man. He got up this morning and took out most of the bins for him.
What?
I'm talking to the microphone. It snowed last night, which was really good for us. We've been in a drought, and so we're hoping for a very big winter. Of course, that means that Gary's going to have a lot of snow shoveling. And we hope that he has to do a lot because Utah desperately needs snow. Hey, Stella! Stella! Stella, no! No! Come! Come! Good girl! Good girl, Stella! Yay! Painted this credenza about a year ago, and I waxed it, and the waxing is fine for the body, but it has turned out to be a mistake for the top. Here, one of my kids put a candle and melted it without anything underneath it, and over here somebody put something that ate right through the wax. The good thing is I'm going to be able to sand that and fill it without any problem, but I have a different finish that I'm going to put on it. So that's on my project list to fix this up. Meanwhile, I just put a table runner on it. Okay, it's time to let the cat out of the bag. You're going to start seeing me collecting decorations. They'll be on this credenza. You'll see bins stacking up in the living room. That's because I'm going to decorate my home for winter, and that will be in the next video. So today, this day that you're watching was all about me getting the house clean so that I could decorate it for winter. So now this little tray was made by my Uncle Mont, who's my mother's brother who passed away. He made it when he was in high school, and it is the perfect shape and weight, and we've used it for everything. If somebody wanted to make some money, they would make some nice looking versions of this very thing. I would buy one.
I got nothing to worry about when you're by my side. I got nothing to worry about when you're by my side. I looked out and I saw the rain. I wanted it to go away. I felt the weight of it all come down. I braced from the deafening sound, but you were there, holding my hand. You were there, holding my hand. I got nothing to worry about when you're by my side. I got nothing to worry about when you're by my side. I bled from the wound for at least a year. I couldn't clean myself up. I reached out for the bottom rung. You hoisted me up. You were there, holding my hand. You were there, holding my hand. Holding my hand. Holding my hand. I got nothing to worry about when you're by my side.
So I'm going to tell you about cleaning my floors. They're absolutely beautiful. They're the shiny laminate, and they've got kind of a hand tooling look to them, but it makes them very hard to clean. And we also laid it the wrong direction, so the light hits the floor in a funny way, and so it gets streaky, and the streaks show. So I have struggled with this over the years and have tried a lot of different cleaners and machines, and I finally came up with this one from Amazon. It cost me around $25, $30, something like that, and you can buy these extra pads for it, and they're washable. I just barely get it damp. It does have this water tank, which you can use to spray out. I've learned to use that very carefully. I use the Method cleaner, but it's the darndest thing. If I just squirt that on the floor and then I wash it with a scrubber, I can see all the little spots where the Method cleaner has hit the floor, and they won't wash out with water. But if I use the Method cleaner, which does clean the floor wonderfully and leave this wonderful almond scent, just makes the room smell so good. And then the key is to use a microfiber cloth on a Swiffer to dry it. And I have to make sure I go with the grain of the wood or I get the funny streaks. But if I do that, then I polish it all off and it looks wonderful. And that shine will last for months. So it's worth the effort. In between, I just lightly damp mop it and the floor looks good. So it's been trial and error, and I do like the Method cleaner. But boy, I have to be really careful when I use it.
Na mesa, olhou para mim com a cara surpresa. E o café? Tá saindo madame com pãozinho e salame. Amanhã você se serve e pega o que quiser. A noite caiu e tomando meu vinho fez do meu ouvido um grande pinico. É um pajé, uma longa lição sobre democracia. Enquanto isso eu pensava, por que não divide a pia? Quando eu vi no aeroporto, no seu rosto um desgosto X. Será que é pra mim? Não vou me precipitar. Paciência é uma ciência, o tempo vai descobrir.
You know, life's kind of crazy. When I was a young girl, I used to dream of living in a 2-story home, one with a big stair like this. But, you know, I didn't have any idea how that would ever happen. And for most of our married life, we didn't have a house like this. We just had an ordinary kind of ranch house. And then I had a business and it started doing better. And I started having dreams that we moved. It was crazy. There was no reason for me to move, but we decided, well, we'll go ahead and look, and if something feels right, if we walk in the door and we feel like we need to be there, we will go ahead and buy it. And that's what happened. And then the first couple of years, I walked around the house saying, well, I don't know why I'm here. I don't need a house this big. Why am I here? And then my daughter got married and she needed a place to stay. And they lived in our basement apartment with their daughter until they moved out. And about 3 or 4 weeks after they moved out, my elderly mother moved in with us. And after she'd moved in, we found out, wow, she really needed to be here. We didn't even realize how much she needed help. And then my daughter had to move back in with her 2 kids. And so we have a very full house. We need every single room. In fact, we need it to the point I had to give up my office. So we have 7 people living in this house. And you know, that just is an illustration to me that God knows what He's doing. So I am perfectly happy to have Him in control. Oh boy, if you happen to have a better idea than I do of how to clean a light high up in an entry on the 2nd floor, I would be so interested in knowing what it is. I just bat it around and hope that some of the dust falls off.
I've been waiting all my life for someone like you. I would watch the days go by, wasted and blue. I was out of use. Now every day, every night, every moment with you, I'm walking on air. And every day, every way, I feel I can't lose. I wanna shout it out, ain't no limit. I wanna shout it out to the world. You got me all worked up, got me spinning. I'm crazy for love, crazy for love, crazy for love, crazy for love. Crazy for love. Whenever lost, whenever down, you know what to do, to do. There's no mountain I won't climb to be right by your side, right by your side. Now every day, every night, every moment with you, I'm walking on air. And every day, every way, I feel I can't lose. I wanna shout it out, ain't no limit. I wanna shout it out to the world. You got me all worked up, got me spinning. I'm crazy for love, crazy for love, crazy for love, crazy for love. Crazy for love. I found a miracle, I found the dream. Living is beautiful with you and me. I found a miracle, I found the dream. Living is beautiful with you and me. I wanna shout it out, ain't no limit. I wanna shout it out to the world.
I wanted to quit. I was tired. It had been a long 2 days. I could have just gone upstairs and done it in the morning. But I just didn't want to have to get up in the morning and face that kitchen. I just wanted to come downstairs and see something fresh and clean, because I wanted to decorate my house for winter. And I didn't want to have to keep cleaning up Christmas before I could do that. So I pulled up my socks and I did it.
The sun's going down as I try to make my way through the crowd. Feeling alive, I love being by your side. It makes me shine. We got one summer, so let's make it count. You make me feel like everything's alright. Let's dance our problems away in the night. Love being right next to you. You'll be on my mind. I'll be dreaming about this till the end of time. We are young, we are free, down for the ride. Might be over tomorrow, but we got this day forever. Do you hear that sound? Can you feel the music? Let's get wild. We're magic, you and I. They call us reckless, but we don't mind. We got one summer, so let's make it count. You make me feel like everything's alright. Let's dance our problems away in the night. Love being right next to you. You'll be on my mind. I'll be dreaming about this till the end of time. We are young, we are free, down for the ride. Might be over tomorrow, but we got this day forever. Yeah, we got the summer forever. If it's only for now, I don't mind, 'cause I know that your love is endless. If it's only for now,
I feel kind of sad cleaning this artwork off of the whiteboard. I just love it when Avery draws all over, and she's with her dad right now. And I miss her when she's gone. But she'll be back soon, and if I know her, she'll have some other great masterpiece up there really fast.
we are young, we are free, down for the ride. Might be over tomorrow, but we got this day forever. Live on
Well, I wouldn't say the kitchen is clean. The floors need to be mopped. The appliances are dirty. We don't want to even talk about what's inside the fridge or the pantry, but it looks tidy. And sometimes good enough is good enough. And this is one of those situations. Actually, a lot of the time, good enough is good enough, and I'm grateful for good enough. I feel like I've come a long way in 2 days. the house was full of Christmas decorations. It was dirty, and now it's not. It is such a good feeling walking down this hall and seeing the floor clean. These decorations are going to go up tomorrow. You'll see them in the next video, as will these. I haven't done any decorating. I have just cleaned. And oh my, does it ever feel good. As usual, we have things on the stairs waiting to go up. But the stairs are clean. The carpet's clean. Hey, thanks for being here the whole video. I hope you got some really good cleaning inspiration. In the next video, I'm going to be decorating my home for winter, and I have got some new things that I'm really excited about. So if you'll subscribe and hit the notification bell, you'll make sure you don't miss the video. If you comment on this one, I'll answer back, and we can get to know each other a little bit. Bye!